Some stories are told, others are survived. The jungle never tells you what it's hiding. On March 15th, 1981, a government patrol entered the mountains of Claver, Surigao del Norte. An area believed to harbor armed insurgents operating in the region. They moved carefully, quietly, the way soldiers move when they know danger is close, but cannot yet see it. The patrol halts. The lead soldier raises a fist. Everyone freezes. Silence. A bird stops singing. Leaves rustle without wind. The soldiers exchange glances. Something is wrong. Sergeant Mendoza whispered, tense. Tingnan ninyo ang mga puno. Hindi gumalaw. Check the tree lines. Nobody move.
Stay sharp, eyes open.
Corporal Romualdo Rubi, mid-20s, lean but strong, steady eyes, crouches beside a mossy boulder. He scans the ridge above them. His finger rests lightly on the trigger. He sees nothing, but he feels it. Corporal Rubi, barely a whisper, to the soldier beside him. Sarge. Parang may tao sa taas. Sarge. I think there are people up there. Before Sergeant Mendoza can respond, chaos. Gunfire erupts simultaneously from 3 directions. Left flank, right flank, and the ridge above. The patrol has walked directly into a prepared ambush. Muzzle flashes strobe through the jungle canopy. The first soldier drops. Then another. Sergeant Mendoza, shouting. Ambush! Kunan ng suklob! Kumilos na! Ambush! Take cover! Move now! Soldiers scatter, diving behind trees, boulders, shallow ditches. Bullets chew through bark. Dirt erupts in small geysers. The air fills with smoke and the acrid smell of gunpowder.
Move!
Rubi
Covering
rolls
fire!
behind a
Pressing!
large
Go!
tree,
Enemy
presses his
ahead,
back
east!
against it.
Flank left! Now!
Breathes.
Copy! Move it!
1 second. 2. He spins out, fires a controlled burst up the ridge, ducks back, returns fire again.
That looks clear ahead.
Disciplined, calm, despite the chaos. Private Santos, barely 19 years old, crawls toward Rubi, blood pouring from a wound on his left arm. Private Santos, gasping. Corporal, natamaan si De La Cruz. Hindi siya makalakad. Corporal, De La Cruz is hit. He can't walk. Rubi grabs Santos by the collar, pulls him behind cover. Corporal Rubi, nasaan siya? Where is he? Private Santos, pointing. Dun, sa gitna. Over there, in the open. Rubi looks, 10 meters away. De La Cruz lies exposed in a small clearing, clutching his leg, unable to move. Enemy fire is concentrated directly around him. Rubi doesn't hesitate. He breaks from cover, sprinting low across the clearing under fire. Grabs De La Cruz by the vest, drags him behind a cluster of boulders. Bullets snap past his head. One kicks up dirt inches from his boot. He makes it. He leans against the boulder, chest heaving. De La Cruz grips his arm. Private De La Cruz, barely conscious. Salamat, Corporal. Thank you, Corporal. Corporal Rubi, firm but gentle. Huwag kang mag-alala. Lalabas tayo dito. Don't worry, we're getting out. Sergeant! Mendoza crawls over to Rubi's position, surveying the battlefield. Sergeant Mendoza, grimly. Tatlo na ang sugatan. Hindi natin kaya ang bilang nila. Kailangan nating umatras. 3 wounded already. We can't match their numbers. We need to pull back. Corporal Rubi, paano? Hawak nila ang taas. Pag lumayo tayo ngayon, lahat tayo mamamatay sa daan. How? They hold the high ground. If we move now, we all die on the trail. A moment of terrible silence between them, punctuated by gunfire. Sergeant Mendoza, kailangan ng isa na mananatili para mabigyan ng oras ang iba. Someone has to stay behind to buy time for the others. Ruby meets his sergeant's eyes. The weight of what is being said lands fully. He nods. Once, slowly, Corporal Rubi, quietly. Ako na. I'll do it. Sergeant Mendoza, voice breaking slightly. Rubi. Corporal Rubi, cutting him off. Steady. Dalhin ninyo sila. Lahat sila. Ako ang bahala dito. Take them. All of them. I'll handle things here. A beat. Mendoza grips Ruby's shoulder. Hard. A soldier's farewell. Sergeant Mendoza. Barely a whisper. Ingat ka, kaibigan. Stay safe, my friend. The patrol begins its desperate retreat. 2 soldiers carrying De La Cruz. Santos stumbling alongside. The others providing covering fire as they fall back down the trail. Corporal Rubi is alone now. He repositions, moving between cover points, firing controlled bursts to draw enemy attention toward himself and away from the retreating patrol. He is one man against many. His boot digging into the earth, holding ground. Enemy fighters advance down the ridge, pushing toward his position. Rubi fires. One falls. He moves. Fires again. He is outnumbered, outgunned, but he will not give an inch. He could have run. The jungle was thick enough to disappear into. The chaos loud enough to cover his escape. Rubi spots 2 fighters flanking his left. He pivots, fires, drops both. But Corporal Romualdo Rubi did not run. He stayed, because somewhere behind him, wounded men were still moving, still alive, still needing one more minute. Time passes. The sounds of the retreating patrol grow fainter. Rubi checks his ammunition, running critically low. He pulls out his last magazine, looks at it for a moment, then locks it in. The enemy pushes closer. The jungle around him is shredded by gunfire. He fires until the rifle clicks empty. He reaches for his sidearm. Still he holds.
Got you!
The jungle. Smoke
Damn it,
drifting
empty!
through shafts of
Last
light,
mag, come on!
filtering through the canopy. The sounds of battle echoing off the mountains. Then, slowly, the gunfire begins to taper. Silence returns to the jungle. Only the distant sound of wind through the trees. The surviving members of the patrol emerge from the tree line, exhausted, wounded, haunted.
We're almost at the clearing.
Sergeant Mendoza stops at the edge of the jungle, looks back toward where they left Rubi. He says nothing for a long moment. Private Santos, quietly, Corporal Rubi. Mendoza doesn't answer. He doesn't need to. He removes his helmet, holds it against his chest. One by one, the surviving soldiers do the same. When the battle finally ended, survivors emerged from the jungle carrying the wounded and the memory of the man who stayed behind. A formal military ceremony. Soldiers stand at attention in pressed uniforms. A senior officer holds a medal. Gold, gleaming, the Medal of Valor.
For
The highest
conspicuous
military
gallantry and
honor of the
intrepidity,
Republic of the
at
Philippines.
the risk of life,
He
above and
speaks
beyond
to
the
the
call of
assembled
duty,
soldiers.
I present the
For
Medal of Valor.
extraordinary valor beyond the call of duty. For choosing his comrades over his own survival. For standing his ground when all reason said to run. Commanding Officer. The Republic of the Philippines awards the Medal of Valor to Corporal Romualdo Rubi, Philippine Army. Silence. Then, as one, every soldier snaps to attention and salutes. The jungle of Claver, Surigao del Norte. Late afternoon light. The mountains are peaceful now. Beautiful even. Up through the canopy, up over the ridge where the ambush happened. Corporal Romualdo Rubi was promoted to the rank of First Lieutenant in recognition of his extraordinary courage. He lived to see the peace he helped protect. He passed away on May 19, 2018. Some men become heroes because they survive impossible battles. Others become heroes because they choose to stay when everyone else must leave the mountain. Still, quiet, sacred, First Lieutenant Romualdo Rubi stood his ground so others could live. And somewhere in the mountains of Surigao, the echoes of that last stand still remain.